So this is how Bayern Munich lined up in our 1-0 win versus Freiburg. And it was a reverse of the other game where we lost to Freiburg. We finally won. We created enough chances, but let's go through some of my thoughts on the tactics, picture analysis, as always, not so much of that, and let's talk about what this means for the PSG tie, what type of players should be playing there, and what type of worries I have after this game for this PSG tie. So this is how Bayern lined up. It was really like a 4-3-3 lineup in every sense of the word. You can clearly see Davies and Cancelo are providing high width in those fullback positions, so they were overlapping Mane and Sané, who would cut in, because Mane and Sané, of course, on the inside, then Davies and Cancelo can bomb forward as they please. It makes sense. It was like a Heinkes type of system with that winger overlapping play, and Sané was really coming inside all the time. Even Mane was coming inside. He was trying to play 1-2s, be incisive in the play. In midfield, it was Kimmich as lone centre mid, and then Musiala and Muller as like two attacking midfielders. Muller maybe a bit more forward, but this meant that around Gnabry, because Gnabry is not really that focal point presence at the number 9 position, it meant that around Gnabry, Musiala might be making a run, Muller might be making a run. It was this type of play from Bayern, and we created many chances. For example, we had that chance where there was some nice interplay, and then Muller flicks it in behind for Mane, who was in behind. There was many a time where we were on the counter-attack in this game, and one of our key focal points, one of our key outlets on that counter was Leroy Sané. All the players defending back here, for example, but you have Sané forward, and if we could get the ball all the way, say Musiala is the ball, the ball goes all the way to Sané, and then Sané runs onto it. That happened many times in this game, but the finishing was not good enough. And let's talk about Sadio Mane also, because Mane, since he came to Bayern, has been ineffective, and he got into decent positions this game, but the lack of pace and explosiveness, which was the hallmark of his play in recent times when he was good, is now coming back to bite him. It's because he's lost this, it seems. He's not playing very well, and for that reason I don't think he should start versus PSG, and I don't think he will start versus PSG, but I'll talk about that in my PSG lineups video. But Mane is really lacking, and also Cancelo lacking too, because Cancelo always trying to play a fancy pass or always trying to do something, but he's suspect defensively, and I don't think he should play versus PSG, quite simply. But anyway, let's talk now about the picture analysis, as always. So in these pictures, this is what I was talking about with Leroy Sané leading the charge on our counter-attacks. You see Leroy Sané is right here, and we got into so many of these counter-attacking positions, and we will get into them versus Man City, so it's really important that we strike and we actually score from them. In this, it's a 4-on-2, and these are not 4 slow players. It's Serge Gnabry, Sadio Mane, I think, is that Gravenberch maybe, and Leroy Sané. These are fast players, and Sané, multiple times, you see that ball just went through to Sané. Sané runs onto it. We'll get those chances versus Man City, but Sané missed 2 such chances. Mane missed 1. We need to finish these, because if we don't finish these, we won't get through in the Champions League. But we had so many opportunities, and Sané was that player who was always open. You see Sané's lost his man here, and because he's so fast, he can get onto these type of balls. So this was one of the Bayern strategies in this game, clearly. Another one to see Sané really being that just absolute outlet is Sané has got the ball here, and then he runs. It's a 1-on-1, and Sané on a 1-on-1, he's so quick. He dribbled inside out and then went this side, but then he scuffed and missed the shot. But we need Sané to be playing like this, but we need him to score against his former team in Man City. But I think there will be ample counter-attack opportunities versus Man City, because they play very high, like Freiburg playing here. Yes, Freiburg were a goal down, but this is the way Man City play. But once we do win the ball back, yes, we may have many players backwards, but it seems like Tuchel will be able to get players like Sané, just launch a quick ball and get him on the counter-attack. So that seems like it may be a key tactic for the match versus Man City. And this is one moment I just want to highlight. It's not about anything to do with the tactics. It's about Alphonso Davies. So you see here that this Freiburg players got in front of Alphonso Davies, has a free shot on goal and should have scored. We were saved by the post. That's why I was saying this game wasn't the greatest defensive performance. But how did we get into this position where Davies is beaten by his man? Because this was the situation when the cross was coming in. Davies is right in front of his man, but Davies goes this way. He goes to the right-hand side, while the other man cuts in front of him. It's lackadaisical defending. It's terrible defending by Davies. And honestly, the Man City wingers, that's like in the old days, Raheem Sterling dream territory to get on the end of that pass. Maybe now Jack Grealish or Riyad Mahrez or whoever lines up on that right wing, Bernardo Silva. But Davies will need to be so much more alert in the match in the Champions League. And that's the end of the picture. I don't really have much to talk about in the tactics. There's not really much to talk about. That's it. But what I'm saying about Davies is this is a symbol of the whole team. Like Leroy Sané missing his chances, like Alphonso Davies not doing that right defending. That will cost us in the Champions League. It didn't cost us in this game, but it will cost us in other Bundesliga games as well. We need to be much more alert. Our finishing caps need to be on in the Champions League game. It's imperative that we do break on the counter-attack. I think we will play on the counter-attack at times, because especially we are away in Manchester. But this game was quite worrying, really, in terms of our hopes for progression, because the players are not playing well. The players are not finishing well, firstly. They're not defending incredibly well. We needed the De Ligt screamer to win this game, so it's not very hopeful. That was my tactics analysis of this game. Thank you. I'll have a lineups video before the Man City match. Goodbye.